Hey guys, Professor Amena here, and we are now in phase one of our design research portion of the hypothetical product line package term project. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to really shorten that a little bit, but let's jump in. Okay, so in this exercise, we are now going into the first phase of our project, and we're gonna be looking at the research and the strategy portions of this particular of the project. Okay, now again, just to kind of reiterate, we are ultimately information gathering, but our objective with this exercise is to research and strategize the hypothetical product in the marketplace. What does that mean? That means that we are going to be looking a little bit more closely at what the product you're going to create is, and start setting some definitions and begin the education process of this product you're going to create. It's not logo development. It's sort of like the first stage of the information gathering research portion of it, because we're going to hold off and wait until the end of the project to develop the logo once we've gathered all the information, strategies, graphic materials, and even demonstrated and tested some potential directions for the packaging. We save the logo for last once we unify it. Because if the first thing we see is packaging, then the logo is technically the second thing, which means that those two factors have to be on point, 100%, be looking as good as it possibly can. And it makes more sense to develop the packaging and save the logo towards the end, once we've determined and defined sort of the outliers and sort of the boundaries of the project. And let's see what that really means up close. So going back to our strategy, for the project, we are now in the seek to understand portion of it. Okay, we're trying to understand what you want to create so that we can communicate it with me and in the future with clients that may want to hire you for designing a package. So that looks like information gathering or design research. That is asking questions like, what is the product? Who's buying the product? Who are the competitors? How is it being purchased? Who's our target audience, right? And we will be looking at this short 15-minute video to kind of look at what the process looks like. Again, we're taking a lot of inspiration from from a local LA agency that is up and coming in the field of packaging. And so a lot of these processes are very relevant. But we're going to be looking at some of the strategies because they all look the same in different agencies and different places, but really, I like this approach because it's practical. It's simple. There's this just sort of like this sort of top of mind sort of approach to it, so that we don't get too focused or hyper focused on details at the very beginning. So I like this approach once I look at it from all different vantage points. And we're going to be looking at this case study. It's called Sweetie Ice Cream. It's a real brand. And we're just going to kind of look at it. So imagine you you're going to create this product. Now, and there are two types of students. There are the students that are creating the product, and it's a completely made up product category. It's like never existed before. And there are some that are going to be redesigning. This works for both redesigning or new. So you can imagine it being new, or you can imagine it being a redesign. Okay, this particular brand is an existing company, but you could still create a realistic company with brand values in the same way. So it can go both ways, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, in getting to know Sweetie Ice Cream and its brand essence, we feel it is important to answer these questions. So these are the things that we want to answer in the very beginning of the project, your project. You want to ask questions like, who are you in terms of the brand? Who is this brand? Who are you designing a brand of, right? Who needs to know? Who is the person that is going to use this product or see this packaging, consume this product? How will they find out about your product? Okay, where do they get that? Where will they engage the information about this product? Is it at the store? Is it online? Is it both? Okay, and why should they care? What out of all the different brands that are out there, why should they care about your design, your product, and your package? Okay, that's how you can determine and also help you differentiate the product so it stands out amongst a vast line of competition. So the first thing we want to do is look at the education side. We want to educate ourselves about the brand. So if you're creating a brand, then you gotta have to create this brand from scratch. What is the product that you're creating? Is it a soft drink? What is it? Is it makeup? What is it? Is it a food product? What is that food product? What is inside the package? And can you give me a little history about what that is? So for mochi, if this is a mochi, what is mochi? Well, mochi is a confection found in Japan, and it's traditionally made by pounding steam rice. Okay, great. I need to know what it is. What is this thing, right? We start with very simple questions, right? And you will be filling it in with your product in this template. So as you make a copy of this, feel free to fill in the information with your image, with your definitions. This is basically a template for your presentation, okay? So this is for you to use, guys. Then you're gonna try to give me a competitive analysis, meaning where or who are the competitors? Like, who are the stores that are carrying this product, okay? And if they're in store, great. If they're websites, then chances are you'll probably have like an Amazon versus a Walmart.com versus a Target.com. Try to narrow it down to the top retailers, either in store or online. Better for it to be in store if it's possible, but we'll go case by case if we're not seeing so much of the online, because online could be a huge list of the main carriers, and that could be very, very daunting in terms of just presenting that information. So in this instance for mochi, okay, for a sweetie ice cream, what are the three major marketplaces that stock mochi ice cream for consumers to purchase? Oh, well, the first one are mostly Asian markets. So that's like your 168 market here in Southern California, the 99 Ranch market. These are the main places that will carry this product. Okay. What's number two after that, or in terms of its competitor? Well, the number two competitor that could carry this product is Whole Foods. So Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, these are the next likely place, which are natural markets for this product to be carried. And then number three are the conventional markets, right? We're talking about Vons, Ralph's, the larger big bulk stores per se. So there's three major marketplaces that stock the product or mochi ice cream. We want to know what those three major places are that stock it. And the reason for that is that we want to know where the package is going to stand, because we want to know who's looking at it, and we want to make sure that the packaging appeals to these marketplaces, okay? So because it needs to stand out again from other mochi and other products and other lines related to that. Makes sense, right? Where's it going to sit? Where's it going to live? Where's it going to get stocked? We need to know who those major companies are, those major marketplaces are that are going to stock this product, okay? Then we move on to the packaging analysis, okay, where we actually do a little bit of a good design versus bad design analysis, kind of like we did in that previous exercise, where you're going to do an analysis specifically on the package that you want to redesign. For those that are redesigning, obviously you're going to be using that. For those of us that are creating a package from scratch, try to find the top packaging designer or product related to it and do an analysis. So if you're trying to create, let's say, a new mochi, then you want to find who is one of the most well-known mochi ice creams that are out there. Or if you're trying to do makeup, for example, and you're creating a new makeup line, then who are what is the one of the top brands of makeup that's out there, and do an analysis of that. Basically, who's the competitor and who are you sort of fighting against in the war for attention in the space of whatever the product is. We want to create a product that is that can compete with the new line or the best line that's out there. For those of us that are creating the new product, okay, that's just for the new product category people. Then we talk about the brand name. Now it's not the logo. We want to analyze the name. What is the name of the product? Well, it's called Sweetie Ice Cream. Okay, what is Sweetie Ice Cream? Well, the name, what does it mean? Well, it's the history of it is that it is a family-owned ice cream parlor that opened in the late 70s in Monterey Park, California. gravitated toward their roots, Sweetie Ice Cream is fused Asian culture with America's favorite dessert. Sweetie Ice Cream introduced mochi ice cream in the 90s and also made their own Asian flavored ice creams, such as red bean, taro, and durian. And so we want to know what is in that name, right? How is this name? Why is this name important? And if you see on the right-hand side of my screen here, there are key qualities that make a effective brand name. Wait a minute, Professor, are you saying that the name is just as important? Oh yeah, absolutely. Because we have meaning in our own names, right? Like our names have meaning to us. So much like a product, products have names, of course, and they have meanings behind them, and they carry certain weights to them. And by weights, I mean that they have certain things. For example, let me go ahead and annotate with my arrow here. We have things like, is it meaningful? Okay. For those of us creating a new product, for example, is your brand name for your new product meaningful? Meaning, does it communicate something about the essence of the brand? Does it support the image that your company wants to convey or the company wants to convey? Is the brand name distinctive? Meaning it's unique, it's different, as well as is it memorable, pronounceable? Is it spelled a different way? It is differentiated from the competition, easy to share on social networks too, okay, typically. Is your brand name suggestive? Meaning, is it self-explanatory, thereby suggesting a personal quality of the product, right? Is it positioned for company growth, change, and success? Typically it is. Or is your product name modular? Meaning, does it enable the company to build brand extensions with ease? So it's a name that you can add things to. So it's like, you know, the iPad, or, you know, the iMac, right? That's a modular. The I is representative of something, but it's modular and can be added. So is it something to that degree? So what makes an effective brand name? Well, if you're rebranding, you have to determine if it's meaningful, distinctive, suggestive, or modular. Or if you're creating a brand name and it's a new product, then you have an opportunity to decide whether it's going to be meaningful, distinctive, suggestive, or modular. We want to decide, and we want to have a bit of a history behind that, or what you would like to communicate. Okay, almost done here, guys. And then we want to ultimately come down to the target audience. Okay, target audience could be a whole subject in and of itself. But in this instance, we just want to know, who is it that's going to be buying this product? Who is the bulk of all the purchases? You know, who are these people? Are they 18 to 45 years of age? Are they centennial, millennials, and Gen Xers? Is it only one generation or group of people? You can determine that through research, or you can create a target market depending on where you are. But when we create the target audience, tell me things like gender. Is it male or is it female, or both? Are they open-minded in terms of their character or behavior? Do they have some disposable income? Are they value buyers, or do they have money to spend, or are they low income, middle class, or upper class for those of us creating high quality products? Would they consider themselves to be adventurous or boring? Do they care about quality over quantity? Are they open for trying new things? Where do they shop? What are the stores? Where do they live? What cities do they reside in? What other major cities do they live close in? And what are they looking for in terms of products related to food or whatever your category is, right? Are they health conscious options? For the sweetie ice cream buyer, you'll notice that it is these qualities on screen, and I also put photos of what these people look like, and that helps because then whenever we can visualize who these people, or who the predominant group of people are that are going to be buying this product, it helps to see who they are, because then we have a connection with that person or image, and we design for them. So that's that empathy stage that opens up. And that's a powerful thing when you can kind of put yourself in another person's shoes and kind of imagine what they want by understanding what they want. Okay. So in this exercise, every slide here is editable, and we want you to edit it for your product. So I want to know for these final slides, right, starting from slide number 8 and on, what are the qualities? Okay, or more specifically, excuse me, starting with slide 10 and on, we want to answer those questions. What is the product? Okay. Who are the competitors or the marketplace competitors? Where is it going to sit? Can you give me a quick analysis of the packaging? Okay. What works or what is not working? Okay. If we dictate what is not working, that's great. What does the name mean? Right? And who needs to know this about this product? Okay, so we're going to do this exercise. Take some time. I'm available for you to assist in any way, shape, or form, but let's have some fun with it. I look forward to seeing your concepts, and I will see you in session. We'll see you then, guys. Bye.